So welcome to the class, and in this I'm going to talk about the significance of current account and capital account transactions. Like for example, did you see this? Current account and capital account transactions. So you know now what these are. So current account records all the actual transactions of goods and services which affect the income, output and employment of a country. So that is the significance. Then current accounts transactions include export and import of goods, that is net exports, are an important component of aggregate demand in the domestic economy. So it determines the level of foreign demand for domestic goods. So just remember this, it determines the level of foreign demand for domestic goods. Then current account transactions also include export and import factor services. Thus, they determine the level of net factor income from abroad. That is also there. So that is the significance of current account transactions. And now we're going to do what is the significance of capital account transactions. So capital account transactions do not directly affect the level of national income. They only affect countries' assets and liabilities. The significance of capital transactions lies in the following, that they show the borrowing from the rest of the world and hence signify the backwardness of the domestic economy. And they also show foreign investment in the domestic economy and hence signify our dependence on other countries or for GDP growth. So this is the importance of, this is the significance, that why do we really do it? When we are doing balance of payment, why does it become so important? So, and then you will find that mostly this balances current account, capital account. Now, why is it so? You can just see, how is current account deficit financed? Suppose there's a deficit in the current account, like what we saw. If there's a deficit here, which is current account deficit, then how is it financed? This is what we are going to do. So how is a current account deficit financed? So a country that has a deficit in its current account must finance it. You can't leave it. So by selling assets, that is sale of shares in foreign companies, etc., or by borrowing abroad. Thus any current account deficit must be financed by a capital account surplus. That has to be seen. That is a net capital inflow. So then balance on current account plus balance of capital account. So balance on current account plus balance on capital account is equal to 0. So in this case, the country is said to be in an equilibrium. So you can get a question like this. So in this case, a country is said to be in balance of payments equilibrium. The current account deficit is financed entirely by net current inflows without any official reserve changes this way. So that is important, as you see. So there is, like, that balance of payment always balances in the accounting sense. That is, the overall account of the balance of payment necessarily balances or must always be in equilibrium. Why? Because of the reason that balance of payment is prepared in terms of credits and debit based on the system of double entry bookkeeping. Thus, total credits and total debits become equal. So, but in the functional sense, there may be disequilibrium in the balance of payment of a country. So, then we will do the accommodating. That is when the importance of another question. So functional sense, if there'll be a disequilibrium in the balance of payment, then in the functional sense it might come in. So then what happens? Then comes what is known as, we are going to do in the next class, that is. So in the functional sense, there may be a disequilibrium in the balance of payment. Now question arises, what is equilibrium or disequilibrium in balance of payment? While excluding accommodating items, when there is neither deficit nor surplus, the balance of payment is said to be in equilibrium. However, there is little possibility for the balance of payments to be in equilibrium during any period of time. So disequilibrium in the balance of payment of a country may appear either as a surplus, that is favorable, or a deficit. So, when we are doing this, one cannot understand this better if I don't do, in the next class, I'm going to do accommodating items and autonomous items and official reserves. So, only then will it be clear.